song, right? That was a good one. We sit there, we're waiting, we're like, all right, what song? What song? I liked it. Oh, lift it up. I thought since Stuart was up here that I'd have it nice and high. It's surreal, I think, being up here. That's what the first thought I had when UNR called, and it just felt like it wasn't very long ago that I was at UNR playing, and then a few months later, having the committee tell me that now is my time at Placer. And I have this whole long speech, but I think the feeling that I'm getting right now is just the feeling at UNR was awesome. I worked hard. I worked through a lot of things, a lot of fears, but Placer was like, I mean, that was it. I grew up here in Auburn. Those who put me in this Hall of Fame, the committee, thank you so much. I mean, you've known me since I was a kid. And so having these adults that I grew up kind of, intimidated by, they're the ones who are giving me this honor, and I'm so thankful. Just wanted to apologize for my voice. I have been coaching all weekend. There's a big tournament in Reno right now that I left at noon to get here and celebrate with my friends and family before. But so that's kind of a part of my life story still to this day. But I'm, this is me with my speech on my phone. So it's just a millennial, I don't know. But I'm grateful to be a part of this class that I've been inducted with. I mean, and also just seeing everyone here. We are just incredibly grateful to have everyone here supporting us as well, and all these amazing people sitting in front of me. I'm inspired. To my big, amazing family, big family is an understatement, but it's hard to, kind of like what Stuart said, to be able to give everyone the praise and that they deserve is so hard to do because there's so many people in my family and outside my family that have helped me be here today. But I think it all starts with your parents. As kids, you just grow up and you go through the motions. And now as a mom, I can see how easy that is for a kid to do. You're my mom, and you just do things for me, and that's what you do. It's your job, and it is. But now that I'm a mom and I get to look back, and I'm just so thankful to my parents. My dad, Kevin Sipherd, he played here at Placer football with Bill Miller, and he was inducted into this Hall of Fame in 2019. He wishes he could be here, so he's watching on FaceTime right now. Anyway, I'm just thankful for his dedication to me as an athlete and a person. He was the guy who was taking me to my volleyball tournaments at 5 o'clock in the morning, driving me to the Bay Area, and looking over at me and being like, "You're not much of a talker, are you?" in the morning. No, I'm not. But I'm doing this because you told me I need to do it. So, my mom was the silent supporter. She was the one that was like, "I just want you to be happy, okay?" She was the one giving massages. Whenever I was like really sore, the one, just the comforter, the giver in those ways. My dad would try and give massages, but it just hurt. And so I was like, "Mom." And so now as a mom, I just really appreciate the little things and that your parents give you, like the notes, and like even Stu said, it was like, oh, I relate to that. The thing she did for today, I had a little pre-party, and she just is one of my biggest fans. And so my parents, thank you. Now to my husband, who might have surpassed my parents as my biggest fan. He did not grow up here, but he graciously moved us and our family here. We were living away, and it was always my dream to come back home. And I just didn't ever think it was going to be possible, because you're working and living and raising a family, and he made it possible. And so I'm thankful for him. And I thought I was going to cry with my parents, but I'm thankful for my husband and our 3 kids, which are here, and that's why you hear the crying baby. I didn't know how long this was going to be. And my poor daughter is just back there. But, when I'm sitting there, I was less nervous just because I'm like, what matters is what I'm listening to. I love my family so much. And Grateful for them for supporting me, even though my kids didn't get a choice. But they teach me more patience than I've ever had to learn, and I'm thankful for them. I loved playing sports growing up. I was the kid that you'd see at the Placer games, football games, just messing around and throwing balls when we used to be able to do that. Now I don't think they would, but at the football game during halftime, they let the kids go down the field, and it was old school, and you just got to play, and I would be the girl out there with all the guys, and just tackling them and throwing things, and hearing Bob Burge like saying, whoa, and everyone just like making fun noises, and I thrived off of the audience. I loved just being out there. I loved having people just watching, even silly things like that. And I loved making people proud as I was playing sports. It fueled me. And so that was, I always knew that eventually I'd be a Placer. That was my thing, that was gonna be me. I played all sports, I still love all sports, but eventually I gave up basketball. Don't even start with me, Cam, okay? But I'm sorry, I'll forever be sorry. Yes, I had hops, like they were saying, and he saw that in me, and I stuck with volleyball. But even before I got to Cam, I was, 14-year-old girl, and scared because I had come to Placer after moving away and going to like Weimar, and I would, I knew I was going to Placer. My parents went to Placer, my mom and dad, all that, right? And then I got here, and then it was scary, and I tried out for the freshman team, and it just so happens that my freshman coach is here. And I tried out for the first 2 days, and they make it 3 days. But I didn't go to the third day of tryouts because I quit. I quit my freshman year of volleyball because I was scared. And I didn't want to miss out on family stuff. I wanted to get everything. And if you know me and my family, we're close, and I was just nervous and maybe anxiety, right? We talked about just that. That's what it was. And then my dad and my Aunt Shelley sat down with me. We were at my grandma's house, and she's like, why are you not doing this? Like, hello, you hit the ball and you just hear it, And I'm like, I don't care about any of that. Like, it's just, I'm nervous, I'm scared. And they're like, you're doing it, I don't care what you want. Like, you're doing this. The second they heard that I was scared, they just were like, it's just fear. You can push past this because we're here for you. And my coach also was like, you are also going to play and you don't have a choice. So Jake's here, and I'm just grateful that I had like those people in my life to be like, we know you're scared, we don't understand really why, but we're going to help you get past that. And I don't really know what my life would be like if they didn't do that for me. So I'm grateful for the loving push that they gave me. So, going through my freshman year, that's all I really did was play volleyball. My freshman, sophomore, and then I got to my junior year, played volleyball, and then I was going to go out for track because Katie Chamberlain was just one of those people that I just loved from the beginning, and she was like, all right, you should just do it and try it and see what happens. She probably just knew that Mark, her husband, wanted me to throw disc, and so I did, and I high jumped, and yes, I still have a record out there for high jump, but records are meant to be broken, so go get it, somebody out there. But I'm really glad I did track, and like I said, my junior year was just high jump and disc, and that was fun. And then my senior year, I did volleyball. I had my scholarship at the time, and I'm gonna just go out again and have fun, and get in shape. And then Coach Foley says, why don't you just run? Just try it. I was like, all right, I'll try it. And then there's what Burge said. Yes, I broke the school record my first time running 100. And Foley's like, okay, yep, you're a runner. Okay, let's get you in the 4x1 and maybe do the 200, and we'll just kind of play around, and it was so fun, and I got in shape, and I had a great time. So, it was funny, volleyball's just been such who I am, that even my husband, when we're going through this box that, my mom saves everything, and he's like, why do you have all these ribbons? And like most of it is from track, and it was just something fun I did, but I'm just so grateful that I did do it because it was an individual thing, and volleyball is just such a group activity, and I'm grateful for volleyball because it's brought me to where I am today, but track was also such an enjoyable experience to be here with my teammates and my coaches. So before I left for college, the anxiety sets in again. I had to go all the way to UNR, Nevada, Reno to play. I don't think so. And my dad's like, again, I don't care. You already said you're going to do it. And he's reciting that thing, and we took pictures and all that. And Mark Lee was like, here you go. Yeah, you're an athlete. You're going on to play. That was all fun and good until I had to pack up and go and leave my family. And again, it was just so scary. But I went, and I'm grateful that I pushed myself to do that, because every single time you do something for the first time, you can do anything. As my sister Erin said that, she's like, if you do this, you can do anything in life. If you just get through this one hard thing. And I just started believing in myself more that I could do hard things. And I also had my best friend up there Tori, going to school with me, and that was an adventure in itself. So it felt like home was there with me. But just pushing through the fear. And once I finished my career in Nevada, it only took me about 2 weeks until I was like, oh, I'm hooked. This isn't just for fun anymore, or just to do it because my parents wanted me to do it in the community, and everyone was like, oh, we watched you play, you're so whatever. It was actually because I wanted to really work at this. And giving all the props to my family and friends and all these amazing people that supported me. But then I realized I wanted to work hard at something, really work hard. And I did that. And I'm proud of myself, for doing that as well. So I went through Nevada, I got through, I tried out for the national team. I made top 50 out of 300 people there. That was an amazing experience. Did not make the national team, but that's all good. I did play overseas for a summer in Argentina for the USA B team. Another experience that I was able to do because I pushed myself to move away and try new things. But if it weren't for the people here, I remember Pam McKenzie was the JV coach, and she never coached me because I went for my freshman year as a freshman because Jake, again, didn't tell anyone that I was down there. And then I went to varsity in the playoffs with, my freshman year. And so I skipped Pam, but she was like, don't be such a baby and just go and get out of here. We need to move on with life. So I'm grateful for those people who pushed me. I moved back home. I had been a head coach already twice before I moved back. And I had one kid at the time when we moved back. And right after we moved back, I got a call from Jennifer Wright, who was the head coach here for many, many years. And she called me and said, hey, what are you doing? I heard you're back in town. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to start coaching. She's like, awesome, let's do this. She's like, what are your goals next, future? Where do you see yourself? And I said, well, I'll have your job someday. She was like, oh, well, it's been really nice chatting with you for the last 2 minutes. I haven't talked to you in years, but okay. And luckily, I don't know, I just had this vibe with her, and we coached well together. So I was the assistant coach with her for 4 years, and she was ready to retire. And so I'm just thankful for Placer for giving me the opportunity to be her assistant, Jen, the opportunity, and I've made fast friends with her and her family. And then it led to me to be where I am now, the head coach of Placer Volleyball. Idner and Mark Lee were on the board getting me in here, and like any person in my family, I started crying during the interview because I was just so thankful to be here. It just is what it is. I bleed green and gold. It's cheesy, it's what it is, but I have always, growing up, just coming to the games and learn it. There's something about this community, there's something about this town and the people, and making those connections and those relationships. That is why I still coach to this day. I love these kids. I love seeing that they can move past their fear or their struggle or challenge, and I can help them do that and give them the confidence to be better, to be their best self. Like what I was given from so many people here. I'm just truly grateful to be here, to still be a part of Placer while I'm being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like I said, it means so much to me, and it's just great to be on it. And that's about it. Thank you so much.